Hi, this is Carol Brown Earl from Bristol, Virginia again, and I'm going to try and attempt to give you some insight into the millionaire success habits that I asked you all about last week. This book is so awesome. I love it. But there's a lot of detail in this, and so I'm going to try and just give you kind of a brief overall of some of the things from the first chapter. But there are a couple of things I do want to read to you directly because he did a dedication on this book and I found it fascinating. So I'm going to read that to you and I'll get into some of the nitty gritty. The dedication that he wrote said, "I'd like to dedicate this book to my dear friend Tony Robbins, Joe Polish, and Dan Sullivan, the three people who have had a massive influence on my life, my success, and my abundance. I cannot even begin to express how grateful I am for those three men who came into my life exactly when they were needed. But I also want to dedicate this book to all the men and women throughout the years who had the will, the selflessness, the share of their life changing wisdom through books and talks to those eager for a new path. I did my best to soak it all in that I heard from what I heard, read, and observed. And in turn, what I learned seeped into my thoughts and my words, the exercises, the stories, guys, the stories, I lost my place, the recipes, and the success habits you'll find in these pages. I've learned through decades of my own trial and error, failures and successes, but they have been greatly enriched by all the others who have walked the path before me, and for what I am grateful for. This dedication, then, is my way of recognizing all the people who have made such a big difference in my life. I'm hoping that in the same way I will serve you, and this book will make an equally big difference in your life." I'm telling you, Grant's was awesome, but these are the two books that, I really, and all the books I've had that I love. I don't know, I can't say enough about them and how good they are, how important they are. But in front of this first chapter, I'm going to tell you a little bit about here. There is a quote here he has from Marie Forleo, who was interviewed with Dean Graziosi. I can never pronounce his name. I've got to learn how to pronounce his name. But this little quote says, "Here's the thing. When it comes to confidence and talking, gracious action, so much of that is going to have to come from what you believe you should do, to being able to hear and distinguish your heart's call, how your intuitions speak to you, what small voice inside that says, you know what, pick up the phone and make that call, or this is the next action to take." We all have those little voices, yelling at us all the time. And you need to learn how to listen to them. They're telling you something. As you change your mindset, as you begin to understand all this more and more, your brain starts absorbing this. And it's like it leads you into the right direction you want to go, because it's learning all these new tools and opportunities, and it will grow with you, and it will help to lead you in the right place that you need to go. Listen to that little voice. Listen to that intuition in your heart. It's there. You just have to learn how to listen. But anyway, he starts out by going through, how throughout our history, we've all been shoved with politics down our throats, and can't trust any of them, and how entrepreneurs are nothing but, but blood-sucking animals. Things are changing, though, in our society today. People are becoming more aware of these people, especially us entrepreneurs, and what's going on and how they're actually making it up the ladder. You see, he also wanted to say in here too that in this first chapter, he really goes more into wanting to teach you more of how things have gotten to where they are and why now where we're at today. So there's a little history here that I'm going to go into for you. That's good information. Just take it for what it's worth, and we'll get more into the book and so forth. But oh dear, sorry, my computer front here is doing odd things to me. I want to make sure I'm up here okay. All right, because back in like 1973 or so, things started changing a little bit. The productivity wages were going unilaterally with the production of goods and your salary. Things were working pretty well up to that point. And then they started splitting. And by 1983, no, 81, let me see, I've got it here. Yeah, let me back up a little bit. My notes. I have notes all over. Yeah, the productivity and wages changed. It started changing in 1973. With productivity going up and wages staying the same, because productivity started because of all the technical things and computerized and push button systems that we started to introduce back in that day. And now look at where they all are today. People have been feeling squashed, not really having much of a livelihood. Even people who are, making $170,000 a year or whatever, it's taking both parents to work full-time jobs, and then some even on the side, so they can have all this luxurious stuff and give their kids what they need, and clothes and school and sports and all this. But the basic need in a home is that continuity and that connection between everybody. And with the pressure a lot of these middle class people are having, or upper class, I guess you would call that at 170,000, is they're losing that connection. Kids are shoved off to babysitters and daycares and everything else because the parents are working so hard, and they're really feeling this pressure, and it's not good. It's not a good place to be. And then there are people who don't have anything and want money so they can have a life, but yet when they get there, they have money, but they have no life. It's a vicious circle that's going on in life, and it's just terrible. It's because of the economics of our world, and this is why things are changing. Why entrepreneurs are so they're active. There are a lot of us out there, and we're making it because it's the answer to all of our needs. To be there for someone else, to make money, not have to be at a job from 9 to 5, and then another one from 8 to 12 or whatever. Yeah, here in 1981, all classes of income raised up. Um, some the same. In 1981, okay, I get it. Yeah, the top 1% of all earners, okay, 1981, their income went up 138%. Just 1%, 138% their incomes went up, right? The bottom 90% of people, their incomes only went up 15%, right? Yes, 15%. And it's terrible. It's just what's happening in this country today is just unbelievable, and it's not good. It's not a good scenario. So, here's a little thing you wrote in here too. I like this. The new measurement of success. It says You see, I have to believe statistics, and if they are alarming to you, great. More reason to continue reading and take action in your life. But what is even more alarming is what the term middle class means these days. And that's what I'm just explained to you. How, you know, they're squished. They making all this money, but they have no time to enjoy it because they're working all the time. You have to get out of this constant syndrome that we all are supposed to work 9 to 5. We're supposed to go to college and get bachelor's and master's and doctoral degrees. And then when you get out, there's no place to go. Things are changing, guys. Things are changing. This is a neat thing too in here about Money Not Evil, but one of his passages in here, I had to read this because this is too long. But to tell you, it says, getting wealthy may not cure every problem, but it sure can cure a lot of them. When you secure the economies in your home, then you can go out to dinner more, you can get someone to pick up your dry cleaning, you can hire someone to clean your house, you can pay off your debts, you can buy a new house, take vacations, give to charity. You can also allow your spouse to retire, enabling another person to fill his or her job and gain the income you no longer need. I mean, there's just so many little things in this book, and it talks about too, those who really become prominent and they're making, super multi-million-dollar people, billionaires and all that. What they're doing in this country is they're able to give back so much, which is helping nurture the middle class people and even the poorer people, giving them tools and ways to help change their lives. So the more of us there are, the more we can give back as well and help others, to help them open doors for their life. It's a change that's going on in society today, guys. And it's so blatantly obvious, to me anyway, that the 9 to 5 is not cutting it anymore. You almost have to do the sort of things we're doing. Look at our own coach, or our own millionaire dean of a brand new university. Everything he's giving away for free, he's giving back. He's helping those who need help. And that's what, the entrepreneurs do. We give back so we can enjoy life. There's nothing more pleasing and satisfying and just, an awesome feeling when you can turn around and give back. And this is what this book is going to hopefully try to give you some insight into how to get there and how to work the system and get you on this path where everybody else is. Well, not everybody else is, where everybody else wants to go. Wouldn't it be nice if we all were there? But we can be, is the point. You just have to know how to do it. So I hate to beat a dead horse, but Brandon University, we are on that track. We are following the right path. We are getting back. People are saying for free? How can you give all that for free? There's got to be a catch. People don't trust people anymore, because it's true. So many times, yeah, they give you something for free, and then 2 minutes later, you have to turn around and buy something. Not in this case. We're run a 7+ entrepreneur who wants to give back. And that is exactly what our society needs. I mean, can you imagine if you could, help supply water to some foreign country that doesn't have any, or help take care of medical needs for kids? That'd be a big one for me. There are so many things we can do. Even the guy standing on the corner with a dog asking for help, to give him $20 or something or more, it's just so rewarding. When we all start giving back, everyone will start eventually having good lives. They'll understand the system. They'll know how things work, or how they should work anyway. And we'll all become better off. And we'll all be better people for it. So I guess I'll get off my soapbox. But money isn't an evil thing. It's just been tolerated as such because of having to work 9 to 5 and all that, and push, push, push. You got to get a job. You got to have to be able to make money so you can retire one day. Yeah, work all your life, hard as salt, to just only begin to enjoy your life once you're retired. And today, in retirement, our money's going down the drain. Who knows if your 401k is going to be any good. Oh gosh, I could go off on soapbox, guys. I won't. I promise. I'll stop. But that's what it's all about, guys. Let's make that money so we can write a check to take care of a problem and no longer have that problem. It's all good, and I'll come back in a couple days with some more from the next chapter. Anyway, God bless. Have any questions, want to contact me, please feel free to. And yes, I'll leave a link for Branding University. So God bless, and we'll see you later. Bye for now.